Hey guys, Nestlin Magic here, and it's time for a very important, very controversial video. Oh, this one's gonna piss you off. Why do I even say this? I know damn well what I'm gonna title the video. You're gonna read the title of the video and then click on it. I don't need to say this. You're probably already pissed off just reading the title. You just clicked on it to come leave a comment. Well, I can say this is my opinion all day. It ain't gonna make a damn ounce of difference. So, one thing I'm right about is something needs to be banned. Some things need to be banned from Standard. Standard is unplayable. Everybody agrees. Almost every pro I've talked to, even Tiwu thinks it's terrible right now. Rogue Duck Builder thinks it's terrible. Could have sworn I heard Wedge say it's terrible. Jeremy from MTG HQ said it's crap. I think I even heard Young Mage say it's awful. You just can't play against control draw loops. You can't do that. That shouldn't be a thing. You can't just let people get away with 3 color constantly. You can't do that. It's too powerful. When the power level rises, 1 or 2 decks are at the absolute peak, and then when people build extremely good but second-rate decks, they just get crushed. Now, if you want to bring a second-rate deck because you think it's fun to F&M, but you don't plan on winning, I mean, that's basically what I do most of the time. You at least want to stand a chance or play a card or get to play your damn deck, for God's sake. You don't want to just sit there and get everything removed, everything killed, everything countered while they outdraw you 2-1 and 3-1 with Anticipate and Glimmer. That is the worst toxic garbage I've seen in Standard since Esper Control. I mean, red, white, blue right now is huge, and not only does Torrential win the game in 4 swings, but it also resurrects a spell so that you can effectively have more than 4 copies of it in your deck, in effect. But then, besides dragging the game out 50 minutes so everybody hits the time limit and everybody's pissed and the local gaming store has to close late, then you got the people who win on turn 4 with an infinite combo, or turn 6 with a bunch of creatures with 4 counters on them because, they're creatures are their removal. I'm talking about Ballista. Then black-white kill lifelink. That's a fun one. Everybody loves lifelink while all your crap's blowing up. And even that's a lot closer to a traditional actual Magic deck. The only problem is Scrap Heap keeps coming back, Eternal Scourge keeps coming back, and Relentless Dead keeps coming back. Not a lot of people throw that in there though. Oh, and then there's 3 Planeswalkers you can throw in the deck. I think there's actually 5, but I've only seen 3. These top decks are just the worst thing I've seen since even Kaladesh came out, because Kaladesh kind of took it and went nuts. If you disagree with me, you are provably wrong because they had to ban 3 cards and effectively cut the heads off of 3 decks. So you're wrong, the end. Standard was too powerful. It did require fixing. It did require a power down. I was right. Everybody was right. If you say the ban shouldn't have happened, you are absolutely dead wrong. That is a fact, not an opinion. The game was broken. People were leaving. That's also a fact. So something needed to be fixed. Well, now it's twice as bad. These decks are worse than anything I saw in Kaladesh. I mean, do you really think a turn 4 free Emrakul, which was a little bit of a long shot because you still had to pop it up in the top couple in your deck, you think that was worse than infinite Felidar or not Felidar Guardians on turn 4? You know what? It's not. It just logically isn't. So, kind of hinted at it already. What needs to be banned? And I heard that a rumor that there's a ban coming up. I couldn't find proof of it. Nobody's done a formal announcement. They keep moving when the bans occur, especially with now the cycle and the cycle out and the different releases and crap. I don't know. Somebody told me it's 5 weeks after a GP or something. So we're approaching it. So sometime I heard in the near future, there might be a ban if there is going to be one. Okay, first of all, I guarantee you there's going to be one. Either that or Wizards just says, screw it, we don't want money or customers anymore. We want people to leave the game forever. I mean, right now, Red, White, Blue is up there with Lantern Control and I don't know, God, Infinite Kitchen Finks and Ad Nauseum. That level of annoyingness mixed with a win on turn 4 Splinter Twin crap. In fact, people were calling it Splitter Twin in Standard. They're not wrong. It's basically the exact same damn deck. It's built the same way. I mean, literally your 3 options right now are lose on turn 4, lose on turn 30, 50 minutes later, or bring a kind of cool deck that you built that's mid-range and get just destroyed. Just take that deck and shove it because you don't even belong at F&M at this point. Wow, that sounds like fun to me, something I want to do. I'm considering not showing up to F&M right now. It's that bad. Thank God I've got my new deck that can just crush almost everything in its path, but boy was it a bad matchup for what people are suddenly bringing to F&M now. I did not do very well today, unfortunately. Also, I made 2 huge play errors, so that just pissed me off. Nothing pisses me off more than me making a mistake. Oh, also one of my opponents cheated. Not real happy about that, because you don't get that very much at my new LGS. He tried to cover it, I reported it, the staff's watching him, whatever. If he does it again, there's going to be violence, because I am beyond livid over the state of things at my old LGS. So tack on the fact that Standard's a pile of crap right now, and I got beat in the 3rd round by somebody who was not only cheating, but had lost the first 2 rounds and was running the top deck in the world, Snakes. Yeah, I didn't stand a chance. My deck is not built to beat Snakes. Even the sideboard wasn't built to beat Snakes. He can outdamage me faster than my Zulaport can drain him away, okay? I'm running like a mid-speed deck. That just doesn't work. And he had just God's gift to an opening hand, which I'm sure he stacked his deck because he was cheating 2 other ways anyway. So what do they need to do to fix Standard right now and make it so that people can build all kinds of crazy wide open crap, which is, unfortunately how it's designed right now. It's just not working. I mean, you got like a dozen different mechanics you can target. There's all kinds of colors, color mixes, tons of fixing. It's like the perfect recipe to put together anything, and unfortunately people did, and they put together some OP crap. So bans are the way to fix it. Bans are how they fixed it in the very recent past, and bans are how they need to continue to fix it. So, finally, what do I think should get banned? Well, no surprise, Anticipate or Glimmer, preferably Glimmer. You can't let people draw that damn many cards, and in Dynavolt it's, here, have cards, energy, removal counter spells, and blow 2 things up. Because that's what the energy's gonna do. If you have 2 Dynavolt towers out there, you probably just gave it enough charge counters, or energy counters, to just obliterate your opponent. They could ban Dynavolt Tower itself. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I think the whole deck would fall apart. They would just weaken just a little bit, red, white, blue, with Torrential and all that crap. They would weaken that a little bit without Glimmer or Anticipate, because the card draw just wouldn't be there, and at a certain point they would just be top decking. But they'd almost have to ban also Anticipate or the 1/4 where every time it blocks, it gains an energy. Oh, and then it uses energy to tap and draw a card, which you can do during your end step, if I'm remembering that card correctly. Yeah, you cannot give 3 color control players that many damn cards. With automatic fixing that's guaranteed and based on energy, you can't do that. It doesn't work. So one of those absolutely has to go. If they just simply got rid of Torrential, what would possibly fill that spot? Well, unfortunately, they've got 3 colors to choose. I mean, Gisela. Done. There you go. I just fixed it. I mean, red, white, blue, Sphinx of Magosi. Who gives a crap? He draws cards. I mean, come on. You could run anything in that damn deck and still win with it. You just need damage. Oh, you can't bring a spell back. Who gives a crap? Hell, they'd probably run the damn goblin that brings spells back. I saw a version of it that did run that, actually. So you need to get rid of the card draw itself. So would anybody lose tons and tons and tons of money if they banned Anticipate or Glimmer? Absolutely not. They would just lose the deck. The deck would go down in power. It would still be a good deck. They might have to dump off a color and refocus it, make it, change it green to go for more green energy, put the elephant in there. It would still be a workable deck mostly. That's why it would be the perfect ban decision. It's not very disruptive and the cards are worth peanuts. So let's go to the next type. Do you get rid of Heart of Kirin or some of the cards that crew it? I'm on the fence. If they got rid of Kirin, I wouldn't really care, but then Snakes Encounters would still be a thing, and a lot of people run Kirin in that one, but a lot of people don't. Some of them, it's kind of like they run Delirium Kirin, or they run Snakes Counters Kirin, or they run full-blown pilots with a little bit of Delirium, or some kind of mix. I've seen all kinds of stuff. I honestly don't know or care what the absolute top deck is right now. I think it's counter-heavy with Walking Ballista. So first of all, ban Walking Ballista. Just get rid of it. Or get rid of Winding Constrictor. People just mulligan until they get Winding and then win the game. Winding is unfair, and removal still doesn't stop it because Walking Ballista can hit you while removing your crap. It's just, there's so much counter dump, you'd have to get rid of the worst defender on the counter dumps, and that would be Winding. If they just got rid of the Ballista, do I think that the deck would still work? Abso-freaking-lutely. With Revolt and counters and all that, absolutely. No doubt in my mind. So I don't think that that's the solution. I think cutting the volume of counters in half, that would be the solution. That would take the deck from unreasonable down to reasonable. Like, I'm going to run you over on turn 5 to like, okay, now you got turn 7, 8, 9, so maybe you'll get to play your deck. I hate decks that are just run control or lose, or run removal or lose, because they're just dumb. They're just rock, paper, scissors garbage. But back to just vehicles and crewing, I would say get rid of Scrap Heap Scrounger, because he's too good in every deck that he's in. We have enough creatures that keep coming back over and over and over. I'm sick of seeing one that can also crew pretty much every vehicle that exists, or any vehicle anybody gives a crap about. So yeah, Scrap Heap, absolutely, unequivocally ban it. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care what decks it's in. Just get rid of it. It's awful. Should they get rid of that and Heart of Kirin? Probably, actually. I would lean towards that. It kind of kills an entire deck, but that deck's just too damn good. Now this one's going to shock you. What if they banned Aether Hub? People would start not being able to fix their colors. How often in a game do they really, truly, actually not have the right colors, especially with the tune with the Aether? It's really not that often that somebody actually has to tap Aether Hub for a color, and if they do, I mean, it weakens an energy deck, so great, that was supposed to be the balance. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works. So banning Aether Hub wouldn't completely destroy certain decks, it would just slow them down, weaken them, and do what Magic is supposed to do, which is punish somebody in Standard for running 3 colors. It's not supposed to be easily possible. Well, I should say outside of like Shards and Cons, where it was designed to be that way. But hey, then you're looking at a $80 to $100 plus mana base, and nobody wants to pay for that, nobody can afford that. So they just need to stop pushing 3 color, and I think banning Aether Hub would do it. They'd almost have to take a tune with it. Do I think they should really do that? No, but it would work, especially with the Aether Hub promo coming out. Yeah, that would be a bad move. Do I think they should go back in time with a time machine and stop the cards from being printed? Absolutely, without a doubt, yes. They need to tone down the color fixing. That needs to happen, and it's just too embedded and too touchy right now, so can't really pull that rug out from under the players as much as I would love to. So what else needs a ban? Let's look at it. Fatal Push, perfectly appropriate, completely unreliable in Standard. It's almost impossible to control when Revolt goes off, unless your whole deck is built around Revolt, which it isn't. People just run Fatal Push because it's a fast kill spell, and then they end up drawing it on turn 15 when they got 9 mana, so people don't realize they should probably be running a different spell. Now, if they're running a win on turn 4 or 5, yes, absolutely. It's a fast kill, it's cheap, yes. Anything else, you should not be running Fatal Push, and some of the dumber people at my LGS haven't figured that out yet. Now we come to everybody's favorite, and nobody's going to disagree with me on this one unless you're just trolling or you're truly and sincerely just completely clueless about Magic. Felidar Sovereign and Saheeli. Should they get rid of the Planeswalker or the 25-cent uncommon? I wonder. The one that people only use for one purpose and it goes in no other deck. Yeah, let's get rid of the Felidar stupid cat piece of crap, okay? Get rid of that garbage. Nobody would lose money, nobody would care, okay? And they would, if that's all they got rid of was just Felidar and that's it, which they should ban a hell of a lot more than that, people would just resort to not running that combo and winning with even more control cards. They would literally just replace all 8 cards with just control. Maybe even some additional draw because they haven't pissed off their opponent enough. And finally, here's the really controversial one. People were on both sides of this every time I talked to them. Should they ban Marvel? Aetherworks Marvel. 1,000,000% yes, they should ban that god-awful cheating garbage of a card. Okay, yes, get rid of it. I hate it. It's unfair. Casting crap for free, you can't do that. It is way the hell too easy to generate energy right now. Paying 6 is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. They completely underestimated the amount of energy that people would get out in a game. It really doesn't help that like Glimmer hands them energy while Dynavolt removes everything, and then they've also got some despair to cast Marvel. I mean, it's just stupid. They should have banned it in the first place instead of Emrakul, and I honestly, should they unban Emrakul? I could care less as long as Marvel is gone. Sure, bring it back, I don't care. If you really think that you're going to live long enough in the meta right now to get it out naturally, you are dreaming. Not even with Scions could you ramp that hard. That is never going to happen. People who did get it out, it's because their opponents are idiots. They're dragging the game out to turn 30 with red, white, blue control. You know what else they should ban? Every single card that has the phrase, without paying its mana cost. Just ban the phrase itself. Ban every card that references it. Is that actually a serious request? No, but some of you are stupid enough I have to now say that. I'm not serious about that. You guys know what I think about free casting, and honestly, I'm not the only one. I'm not even remotely in the minority. People don't like when crap gets cast for free. That's broken. In Modern, you can now win the game on turn 1 or turn 2 because of free casting. Whoopsies. Oh, did I just bring out an Embercool on turn 1? Whoops. My bad. Should they just change the fuse card ruling to prevent this? Hell yes. Don't even ban anything. Don't even remove anything from Modern. Just get rid of the damn ruling. And I've had people say when I give them my proposed ban list, which is Anticipate, Glimmer, Marvel, Scrap Heap. I feel like I'm forgetting some here. Oh, and Winding Constrictor. Ban that. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss any. And they say, oh, well, you just hate all the good decks. Yeah, so does everybody else. They're toxic. They're unable to be played against. There's nothing anybody can do. Nobody's having fun. The decks are awful. They're oppressive. They're impossible to beat. I freaking hate them. So does everybody else. Wizards is losing customers. So yes, I do hate all the top decks right now. That is not news to anybody. But then they always ask, well, what's left? You just banned every deck. What's left? Well, that's the point. If you ban every deck but one, then everybody will be playing one deck. I mean, this isn't rocket science. Oh, I know, let's ban this deck and that deck and that deck and that deck, but we'll leave this one. This one, tier 1 deck. We'll just leave that one. Oh, good, there's no competition. Nothing can compete with it even more. What the hell? No, you gotta hit them all. That's why I'm saying ban so many damn cards. You can't just pick 1 or 2, or you'll just knock tier 1 decks away until there's like 1 instead of 3. So to answer the question, what's left? Like 50 different freaking decks. You could play Madness, you could play Werewolves, you could play Allies, you could play Humans, you could play Energy, Green Energy, any energy mix. You could play Blue Stall Bounce Back to hand with tap and pin down like traditionally and then pound them with creatures. You could play Blue-White Lifelink delay with walls. You could play a Manland heavy one with support from Planeswalkers. You could actually play Oath Super Friends. I mean, anything. You could play anything. It would be so nice. You could just be like, this is what I find fun. This is a deck I came up with myself. I'm going to play it. Oh, look, I went 2-2 with it. Oh, look, I went 4-0 with it. Oh, look, I didn't get 0-4 by the same damn deck 4 frickin' times in a row. People would actually go to F&M and have fun and be able to be creative and build a damn deck and win. And oh my god, they need to fix this immediately. If Magic stops being fun and it just becomes a who can net deck harder contest, which is what it is right now, only the net decker's gonna show up, and boy, do net deckers love complaining about mirror matches. Oh my god, almost as much as they love complaining about their own self-imposed, quote, cost of standard. So, do I think Wizards is just gonna leave it? Oh, hell no. No, they're gonna try to do something. I mean, they gotta do this hands-on approach because it is twice as bad as it was with Kaladesh, and they got rid of 3 cards. Oh, I completely forgot, so I'm gonna throw it in now. They need to ban Pummeler too. That card's just toxic garbage. The end. Yeah, you can blow it up with creature spells. Yes, you can blow it up with, artifact destroying spells. Oh, wait, that's right, they can grant it hexproof. So instead of banning Blooming Defense, because God knows we need that in standard right now as a defense, get rid of Pummeler. It's just too good. It's like an 80-80 trampler. Now you might have noticed Aetherworks Marvel, Pummeler, Dynavolt Tower, I knew there was another one. People are generating too much energy. So if you just get rid of the energy generation, you kind of do power down these decks to the point where people would run them a lot slower or just not be able to run them. So that might be a solution by itself, but otherwise, get rid of Pummeler. I hate the card. I hate losing to it. Everybody hates it. The people running it still think it's funny, but they're immature douchebags. I hit you for 80 trample again. I'm so good at Magic. No, you got the damn list off the internet. You played it like an idiot. You made like 8 player errors. You didn't even fix your colors correctly, and you still beat me because of dumb luck. Wow, what skill. So yeah, get rid of that piece of garbage too. I am sick of seeing it. So if they ban these, I don't know, 8 or so cards that we're up to now, people are going to be pissed. People are going to, take their ball and go home and storm off and stop playing Magic. But who? Who is going to leave? Not the deck builders, not the people who constantly rebuild decks, thus spend more. It's a complete myth that net deckers spend more. They kind of don't. They basically buy singles, buy what's hot, and play with it forever. That's it. I build like 12 decks. That's got to add up to 2.5 net decks easy. So we'll lose all the pro wannabe net decking, have to win, probably cheating anyway douchebags. Oh no, what a loss. What are we going to do without them? Oh, I'll make sure to send him a Hallmark card. My condolences that you rage quit Magic like a little toddler. I miss you so much. And then I'll just put, just kidding, I hope you drop dead. Sincerely Desolator. P.S. Seriously drop dead. So yes, some people would lose some value. Some people would lose some money. Whatever. I mean, you know what you're playing. You know how overpowered it is. You knew that there's a risk that they could ban something. I would say before the bannings in Kaladesh, okay, 5 years without a ban, you could build whatever you want and not worry about it getting banned. Well, welcome to today, where if you're playing overpowered garbage and an infinite combo that they admitted was an accident, you might lose some money on your Saheelis. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it is what it is. You chose to play it. It's not like you didn't win enough damn packs at F&M by coming in first with that deck, so go ahead and shut up if you're going to complain about that. What people are really complaining about, it's not even the lost money, it's not even the fact that they might have to come up with a new deck or something, it's they can't win anymore. They can't just walk in an easy win. They want everything to be easy and it's all about them, and they just get handed prizes for doing very little work. That's net decking philosophy 101 right there for you. So if they got rid of like 8 to 10 cards that are just killing standard right now, people would be shocked. They'd have no trust in wizards, whatever. But the only people that would be leaving Magic are people we don't want, people we don't give a crap about, the complete assholes who ruin F&M for everybody. The people that would be left are the deck brewers, the people who play for fun, the casual players, the little kids without big budgets, all the people that actually make it fun. So don't pretend like, oh, Wizards would lose 50% of their players. No, they'd lose like the top 5% and nobody would shed a tear when they're gone. Trust me. They can go play Modern if they want to play some overpriced, overpowered garbage, okay? They can leave the rest of us alone so we can play Magic and have fun again. So if it sounded a little pissed off, it's because everybody's pissed off, okay? Everybody not running one of the top decks and half the people that are pissed about the standard meta right now. It's just so unfriendly to building anything, because everything's going to get countered, everything's going to get removed, or you better be running removal or you're going to get stomped on turn 4. Those are your options. Welcome to Magic. I guess they don't want any new customers this quarter. And not even this quarter. I don't even remember after all the damn changes when the next cycle out is, but it's certainly not taking Kaladesh with it, so I kind of don't give a crap when it is. Whether it's Amonkhet or the block after it, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're keeping all this crap that's just broken. So the only fix is to either wait it out, which at this point would be what, a year plus, or they can fix it. You know, piss off some people, rip off the band-aid and fix it. And that's absolutely what they should do. If you think otherwise, you are wrong. They need to fix this immediately. They broke it. And surprise banning, I left for the end. What else should they ban? Let's see. What did I forget? The R&D staff who came up with this crap and let this stuff through testing. That's who they should ban. Get rid of these idiots. They suck at their job. They don't have the faintest clue about how to do their job. And even just the card designers, get rid of them too. Or the people who approved it, which I think we all know who that is. That's just one person with a fantastic track record of letting crap through like Coco and Rhino. Oh, any permanent instead of just a creature? Unfelled or Guardian? Yeah, sure. People love that for brewing. That was the card designer's fault. That was R&D's fault. It was both. One of them shouldn't have put it on the card in the first place. The other one should have caught that you could bounce a Planeswalker with it. I mean, duh. There's about 5 cards right now in Standard that should have said non-token instead of just any other creature, and they're broken as hell too. Scrap Heap should have been a 2-2, not a 3-2. Plain as day. With vehicles, a moron could have figured that out. I mean, they can't do basic math. They don't even know how to play Magic at this point. It's pretty damn obvious because it took like, well, for sure before the set even came out to figure out the infinite combos. And yeah, oh no, that's not fair. That's 20 million people versus a room full of like 4 people. Yeah, it's nothing to do all day but their job, which is test it and make sure crap like this doesn't slip through. And they've got like 10 years of experience. Yeah, no, that's not an excuse. Sorry. So those idiots need to go because banning should be a last resort. Yes, I think they should use it to fix the game right now, but it should be an absolute last resort. Why? Because it pisses people off, loses a couple customers, and it's just bad. Nobody's happy about it except for, well, 90% of players at this point. But other than that, Bannings are just bad. They look bad. From a PR perspective, they look bad. That's really all that needs to be said about it. So how do you prevent it in the future? Get rid of the people who keep causing this crap. The people who keep approving and printing Siege Rhinos and Cocos and Thoughtseize and just, all this garbage. Whoever designed this level color fixing, get rid of them. Let no more than 2 colors be a realistic option unless you really like getting color screwed 20% of the time. That should be how the game is from now until forever. And don't think that this is unprecedented. Wizards announced recently that they're firing a boatload of people for perpetually not doing their job and replacing them with people who actually theoretically know how to do their job. Actual game designers with actual resumes and actual proof that they know what they're doing. And surprise, there is a giant rollout coming, if you didn't hear about this, to the tournament software. They're fixing a bunch of crap that people are pissed off about. They hired real programmers who have actual skills instead of just like family members and people they owe stuff to or whatever the hell's going on over there. And ta-da, they fixed a bunch of problems with it. Great. They're working on VR. They're allegedly fixing MTGO. They rewrote it in a modern language and framework. And then honestly, Magic Duels wasn't that bad. So should they do it to R&D and card design? Absolutely. The problem is everybody's all buddy-buddy, all the staff and upper management know each other, and they've all worked there forever. So that's exactly in any corporation when you can get away with completely sucking at your job every single product release. So I think Hasbro needs to step in and look at what the problems actually are and just ignore all the people lying about it and just get rid of the problem and replace it. That's what I would do. Unfortunately, the Powerball is reset now, and I can't win $500 million then buy Wizards of the Coast, which was my plan, unfortunately. So now they're just going to have to do it themselves. Oh, and ban Travis Wu from ever competing in a competitive event ever again. So that's my list of changes, my little laundry list of what needs to be fixed in Standard. If you disagree, like I said, you are completely wrong. You're an idiot, and you clearly don't understand the Standard environment right now. If you think it's perfectly fun and playable, you're an idiot, or nobody at your LGS net decks. So, lucky you. So that's my epic rant about everything that's wrong with Standard. I'm about 1/10 as pissed off as some other people, so don't think it's just me. And don't forget, at the end of the day, it's losing Wizards mountains of players and money. Just mountains. Trust me. There's some rumors, friend of a friend of a friend, that they're not thrilled with the attendance of F&M right now. And, Standard Showdown, leagues. Ever heard of that? Yeah, that's a response to a problem. The problem is, rumor-wise, getting worse. So in summary, I'm not wrong. They need to fix this. I don't even care if they just take a half-assed attempt and ban half the cards and just at least get rid of some of the decks I don't like, because then maybe I could play around whatever deck they leave on the top, but something needs to be done. That is a fact. So unfortunately, wish I had better news for you guys. I don't. Also, Modern Masters is falling and nobody's going to make any money on it because everybody's realized that they're getting way too much of it. So that's awesome. More good news. Great. I'll see you guys next video.